Good morning and welcome back to the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. My name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you guys joining us this morning. If you're watching us live on Facebook, we do appreciate that. Please remember that Facebook does keep this show on our page pervasively, so you can always go back and watch it there. If you're watching it somewhere else, we do upload these shows to www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. You can check them out there. We have audio and video versions for you to check out. You can pick either one. You can watch me go through the show, or you can listen. That is up to you. Getting into your traffic this morning, there is an accident on I-12 eastbound heading back into the parish. It is in between Juban Road and Walker on I-12, so please keep that in mind. Try to avoid that. Maybe use 190 to go that way. Highway 190 or River Road, 4-H Club Road, and 190, pretty heavy delays there. I-12 is flowing, but people reacting to that rainy weather out there that we'll get to in a second, trying those surface streets out instead of I-12. On-ramps are heavy with the delays this morning. Minor delays on 64 heading into Central. It's currently 76 degrees. 84 degrees is your high today. 74 your overnight low. It is going to rain all day, so please remember to pack that umbrella and a poncho if you are heading to work. You're going to need that this afternoon. Getting into the show this morning, slight correction to the qualifying story from yesterday. I want to let people know that there are actually 10 folks running for the Board of Aldermen in Livingston, not 9. So it is 10. So it's a packed race. Again, Livingston looking like the town of Livingston looking like the hotbed of political intrigue here inside the parish. Of course, we're going to have a congressional race, a Senate race, and a presidential race. But here in the parish, town of Livingston, packed. 3 gentlemen running for mayor, 2 gentlemen running for police chief, and 10 running for 5 seats on the Board of Aldermen. So we're going to be keeping an eye on the town of Livingston over the next couple of months until that November 3rd election. Please remember that early voting for that begins October 20th. Runs through the 27th, will not be on that Sunday, the 21st. Getting into the news today, there is a flash flood watch in effect through 7 p.m. tonight. The rain's supposed to start petering off around 5. Allow some of that water to drain off. Oh, there we are. We're back. That rain is supposed to stop around 5, 6 p.m. tonight. Let that rain, it's going to peter off, let that water drain off. However, it's going to be raining all day today. Of course, it rained a lot yesterday. Please remember, if you are driving and not entirely sure how deep the water is, turn around, don't drown. Try to find another way around. Of course, again, that flash flooding watch going to be in effect until 7 p.m. tonight. Rain's going to be steady all day. Yesterday, we released a story. We're a little late on the June numbers. Do apologize for that. We'll be a little more prompt with the July real estate numbers. However, good news for the local real estate market. 250 detached single-family homes sold in June of 2020. That's $52 million total in inventory, $11 million more than June of 2019. However, average home price year over year is down from $216,000 to $209,000. Now that's just for that month. However, it is down. So far through yesterday's date, July 27th, 90 more homes have sold than the same period in 2019. So through July 27th of 2019, about 1,114 homes have sold. Through this period, 2,014 homes have sold. So huge, 2,004 homes have sold. So huge difference there. What's interesting about that is that 2019 was a red letter year with over 2,000 homes sold in Livingston Parish, one of the biggest years in real estate for Livingston. So despite the coronavirus, looking at another big year in real estate. Again, 250 detached single-family homes sold in June. That's 60 more than June of last year. And of course, last summer was huge. It was a crazy year for real estate. Getting into your coronavirus statistics this morning, 109,917 cases, 3,674 deaths, 1,260,022 tests, 61,456 have recovered on 1,600 hospitalizations, 208 individuals are on ventilators. In Livingston Parish, 2,380 cases, 47 deaths on 22,732 tests. Good morning, Miss Karen. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, it's nasty weather out there. Yesterday, the Senate Republicans unveiled their HEALS Act, which is Health, Economic Assistance, Liability Protection, and Schools. It'll be a multi-trillion-dollar bill. Well, right now it's looking like it's going to be anywhere from $1 trillion to $2 trillion. We're going to see. Estimates vary. However, you're looking at reduced unemployment benefits from $600 to $200 a week. Republicans argued that offering that much money combined with the local unemployment match was actually pushing a lot of people not to go back to work. So we'll see how that works out. $1,200 in direct payments. And here we go again. 1 second, please. There we go. $1,200 in direct payments will go to folks who make $75,000 or less. Those who make $100,000 or more will receive no payment. Now, there will be, I guess you can say, there will be some in between the 75 and 100 that will slowly peter off. They haven't released those details as of yet. There will be $105 billion for schools, $10 billion for more testing, and more money for PPP, a value, again, that has not yet been determined. Now, the $105 billion for schools will hopefully be part of Bill Cassidy's SMART Act, which is trying to provide schools, individual school districts, with money to help stand them back up, especially considering a lot of schools are going to have to do things like provide masks to students that do not bring them to school, do the temperature testing, looking for COVID-19 symptoms. They're also going to be having to use more hand sanitizer, cleaning materials, disinfecting buses, as well as schools on a regular basis. So schools are going to be looking for more money. Ooh, must be the bad weather. I'm having some internet trouble this morning. I do apologize, folks. So again, $105 billion baked into that for schools. They introduced it yesterday. It's going to start debate today. They're going to try to get it out for August, looking at middle of August for that to roll out. So keep an eye on that. We will keep you apprised. Want to remind folks, we do have a school pod or a school podcast with Superintendent Joe Murphy tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday. We're going to be talking to him about some new stuff from the Centers for Disease Control regarding the mental state of children and whether or not they should go back to school. We're also going to be asking him some of the follow-up questions that you all have had and presented to us. We also had a good discussion here yesterday about some of the folks who had called their school and had been told, we will call you with AB, with, whether or not your kid is an A or B student, which day they should come. Some families got voicemail, some didn't get an answer at all. If your school told you that they're going to call you back, let them call you back. For other schools, remember, one of the things that Superintendent Joe Murphy said is that each individual school is going to be handling this a little differently. So for some of these schools, you may going to have to just keep calling. A lot of times they're going to be looking for reports to see if some schools may be unable to handle the call volume or the logistics, and they can provide assistance from the central office. So again, please remember, if your school told you that they're going to call you, then let them call you. But if you haven't heard from your school, keep trying to get in contact with them, because remember, you need to ask, is your student an A/B student? That will also be on their schedule. However, there was some trouble with Power School, which is the online portal, which allows you to see what your child's schedule is. That's getting worked out. But that will eventually, whether or not they are an A/B student, will be listed on Power School. Please remember, you also need to call about when is the best time to come get lunch. You also need to call if your child is going to be doing virtual school. You need to alert the school that they will be doing that so that you can get set up with all the appropriate programs. And last but certainly not least, if you are doing virtual school but you do not have good connectivity at home or a device for your child to use at home, whether that's a phone, a tablet, a computer, you need to call the school. They do have forms for you to fill out, but they can help you out with that. So there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts for the school moving into the school year. But we're going to be talking to Superintendent Joe Murphy for specifics about a lot of that stuff tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday. Getting into your mitigation efforts real quick before we wrap up. Quick show today. Wear a mask in public. If actually, I can't even say if at all possible. It is a mandate. Please wear a mask in public. Please respect the businesses that choose to abide by that and ask you to wear a mask. Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds or more. 6 feet or more of distance between yourself and others. Control your sneezing and your cough, preferably with your own elbow or a tissue. Don't touch your face, my favorite one. 25 or less to a gathering, preferably less. And stay home if you are sick, and utilize telehealth to get in touch with your doctor, and stay home to work if at all possible. Getting back into this traffic real quick, accident on I-12 eastbound, so that's heading back into the parish. It's in between Juban and Walker. Good idea to take 190 to get over there, or maybe some back streets. Heavy delays at 190 4-H Club Road and River Road, so keep that in mind if you're decided to take surface streets, because those on-ramps on the I-12 are heavy. However, I-12 westbound into Baton Rouge is flowing. Minor delays on 64 heading into Central. It's currently 76 degrees. 84 degrees is your high today. 74 your overnight low. It is going to rain all day. Please remember to pack that umbrella or a poncho when you're heading into work today, because you're going to need it when you get off work. Now, flash flood watch in effect until 7 p.m. this evening, so be careful, especially on your way to work. Turn around, please. Don't drown if you're not sure how deep that water is. One last time, my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you guys joining us this morning for the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. Want to remind folks that we are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. We are once a week in print on Thursdays at $7 a month. To get that in your mailbox. We are also online, www.livingstonparishnews.com. We have a podcast page, which is free, a coronavirus page, which is free, and a breaking news page, which is also free, that has accidents, arrests, as well as national and state news for you to consume and get a good idea of what's going on elsewhere. We do appreciate you one last time joining us. Please stay dry today, and we will be back with you. You're with me a little longer because I'm going to wait for this to disappear. There we go. And we will be back with you tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Stay dry.